Hey friends, it's Melody Stroud with Usborne Book Barn. Thank you so much for joining me today for this late edition of Live at Lunch. So Anna and I took a little trip, and I thought we'd be back a little bit sooner, but we weren't. Anyway, happy Columbus Day. Hey, Brianna. And so I just wanted to show you a couple of books that we have that mention Christopher Columbus, but really I just want to highlight some of my favorite reference books. So you've probably seen these before, but if you haven't, you're in for a real treat. So the first one I want to share with you is our Timelines of World History book. This is fabulous. I think this came out maybe a year ago, and it's been so fun. It's very popular with the homeschooling community, and just a really great book. It's $20, nice big hardback book, and inside it says From the Stone Age to the Millennium. So we'll look inside. It does start with the ancient world, so depending on what your beliefs are, but see, I like this. Like, it starts at 6,000 BC, right here. Oh, the first artists, dating back to 35,000 to 18,000 BC, have been found in the walls of caves, and then it goes to 6,000. So just know that's in there. But I love how it divides it into different sections of the world. So you can see each column is a different section of the world. So it shows like what's going on around the same time in these different parts of the world. Really cool. If you do classical conversations, if you're a CC family, that's kind of a homeschool, it's not a co-op, but it's, I can't think of the right word to call it. It's like a group. Anyway, if you do CC, this book is very helpful for just to supplement some of the timeline information. You've got ancient Egypt, Indus Valley, Mesopotamia, and then it's just really neat. Just lots of bite-sized stuff. Again, you'll hear that with Usborne all the time. Bite-sized information, and it's totally true. And it's just a way that we can keep kids interested so they're not overwhelmed with just a bunch of text and no pictures. So I love that we do that. I'll just kind of flip through. I mean, it's not, it's not a book you read, you're going to read lots of paragraphs. It's a timeline book. But I just love it. Super fun to see what's going on in different parts of the world at the same time. So like during the American Civil War, there was this stuff going on. France establishes a protectorate in Cambodia. And then, keep going, which is really interesting because I think this was during The King and I, which is what my mom and I recently saw at the Orpheum in Memphis. It talks about this with the King of Siam and foreign powers colonizing or trying to colonize Cambodia. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, but super fun. Just a fun book to have, great reference book to have on hand if you like studying world history. So there's that. And then, of course, I'm going to talk about our Encyclopedia of World History. Hey, Annalise. Hey, Nadia. So this is kind of an Usborne staple. So many families, their first introduction to Usborne is with homeschooling. And this is one of the first books they pick up. And it's just fabulous. I'll show you why. You can see this is an encyclopedia, and it does have the dates at the top with kind of the topic of that that era, world exploration. But it's just a really fun encyclopedia that you might catch kids reading. My daughter Mary, when we were homeschooling her, now she's not homeschooled, but when we did, we would start off our homeschooling day with I think 20 or 30 minutes of just her reading this book, and she really enjoyed it. So this is a page on Christopher Columbus, since today is Columbus Day. Happy Columbus Day. And so just really neat. Show you, it just kind of flips through. Lots of pictures, high picture to text ratio, which again is just all about the, bite-sized chunks of knowledge. just to get kids interested. So super neat. Now this book is divided into 4 sections, and the first section we kind of skip it. That's just kind of what we do. It's the prehistoric world, and you know, everyone has their own opinions, but this is, you know, talks about, you know, millions of years ago. This one does say the birth of the earth, and earth is a tiny planet, the Big Bang. Scientists think that the universe began over 15 million years ago with an unimaginably violent explosion called the Big Bang. So, you know, yeah, I like that it says scientists think, because that is what many scientists think. That's, you know, that's what many scientists think. As a Christian, I don't believe that. But this is where I can say, yeah, honey, this is what people think, but what does the Bible say? So this doesn't bother me, but we do just kind of skip it. But, and another reason why we skip, my girls aren't into dinosaurs. If you've got kids into dinosaurs, you may love this first section, but we're like, not so much. Death of the dinosaurs. So we start with this second part, the ancient world. And so we use, you know, first part is here. We use kind of this part. And it's just really neat. You got just super fun stuff. It's great to, you know, partner this with the timeline book. Anyway, and another really great thing about this book, I mean, it's good for ages, I'd say 8 and up, maybe 7 or up. But this is the paperback version, and it's $19.99. That's crazy awesome. 20 bucks for this to have at home. Now, if you have a bunch of kiddos and you know that it's going to be used a lot, I think it's only like $8 to upgrade. Get it real quick. Sorry, not prepared. This is the upgraded version. So it's the exact same book, but it's just sturdier, and you know, the font's just a little bigger. Anyway, same thing, but if you're going to use it a lot, it's not much to upgrade. And it's got internet links, which just means that if you're studying about the Roman army, for instance, then you can go to internet links. For links to websites where you can find out more about the Roman army, go to here. So I love that it's specific stuff. You don't have to Google the Roman army and a bunch of stuff is going to come up, and it may not be appropriate. It may not be relevant to what you're looking for. So that's what's so special about our internet linked books, is that the links are safe and they're specific to that topic, even in some of our other books specific to that exact page. And with our science encyclopedia, it even has the QR codes, so you can just scan it real quick and bloop, bloop, it pops up. It's super awesome. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for joining us. So if you've never seen our encyclopedias, please check them out. They're just amazing. Great just to have handy as a reference for home. I know here in Huntsville, the public schools, they don't even get books anymore. Everything is on a laptop. They're all issued laptops. And I'm just so thankful. Even though we don't have kids in the public school system, I'm still so thankful that we have just a huge library at home for my girls to explore. Oh, so 2 more I want to show you, my favorite reference books. This one, just because it's Columbus Day, I know I shared about this recently, but it is so good. It's so much fun. Let's find one about Columbus. So, I mean, look at that. How cool is that? It's just a fun book. And all of these open up. Let's find one about Columbus. Here we go. So, just really neat. Boop. So fun. Just great, fun reference books. Anything that you can have to make, you know, the learning fun and engaging for kids, I say go for it. So anyway, super fun. I love this book. I love it. What else can I show you in here? In 1803, the purchase of Louisiana. So if you're a CC family, you know that. I think for what, week 6 maybe, or week 7. Anyway, so fun. And there you go. Louisiana Purchase. You're probably all like, man, she is all about this CC stuff. Well, Ann and I just went to another CC campus to visit today. We already do a Tuesday campus, but just kind of looking for more, and not more, but, more to kind of fill our time at home. It's just the two of us. And so I was talking to my friend, and I was like, we love CC, of course, but I just wish it were more days of the week. And she's like, well, why don't you try another campus? You could do 2 campuses. And I was like, oh, yes, why don't I try it? So that's where we were today. So if we decide to do that Monday campus, then I'll need to switch our live at lunches either to later in the day, like now, or maybe pick a different day. Anyway, so just wanted to share that. Nadia says, we have the Children's Encyclopedia that has QR codes, and it's great. Do you know which other books are available with QR codes? Yes, I do. Our Science Encyclopedia is over there. Our Science Encyclopedia, this is the old cover. So it's been updated, and it has QR codes. The Science Encyclopedia, Nadia, has QR codes. Another really great thing that has QR codes is the Slot Together Theater. And you might think, what? But it does. I wish I had it handy. Oh, I don't have it handy, but it's we play with it all the time. It's our theater, and it's you put it together, so it's like an activity, but it's really sturdy, and my girls play with their little people on it. But the Slot Together Theater comes with a book, a paperback book, that talks all about the Nutcracker and Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. And it actually has parts of the play from A Midsummer Night's Dream, and it has a script for the Nutcracker, and you can actually do the QR codes and hear the music in those different plays. So that is super fun. Probably maybe not what you're thinking about, Nadia, but it's super fun. And what Nadia's talking about is this right here, the Children's Encyclopedia. Super great. I love that this one is small. It fits in your hands, and just super, super fun. So this is great, the Children's Encyclopedia. And the last one I wanted to share with you, hey Sarah, it's been a while, girl, glad you're here, is Not Your Everyday Illustrated Thesaurus. Again, if you're an Usborne junkie, this is probably not new to you. But since it is Columbus Day, I wanted to show you that this thesaurus is more than just like, and it's really not like a word bank. The categories in here, the words are put into different categories instead of alphabetical order. So it's really neat, and they even have, like if you're doing something on ancient Egypt, maybe you're writing a story on ancient Egypt or a report or whatever, here is a list of really fun ancient Egypt words. And then here's a list of possible Viking words. How cool is that? There's argue, danger, invade, but then it's, since it's a thesaurus, it's all the synonyms for that. So I love this. Wild West. So cool. So cool. Just so great for papers. Look, ancient Greeks and Romans in a thesaurus. All these words that would go great if you're writing a story about Rome or Greece. And there's just tons more. Pirates, monster words, heroes and villains. Look at that. So fun. You definitely, if you have someone who's writing, they're doing some kind of creative writing, you totally need this. It's fantastic. Anyway, well, yay. Well, there's tons more, a bunch more. If you ever have, if there's ever a book that you'd like to see inside of, please send me a message. Let me know, and I'll be sure to feature that on our next Live at Lunch if I have it. Again, I have tons. I just did another order for a whole bunch of new titles. Did you see the Bear Grylls books? So I didn't, hey Kitty, I didn't even really know. Here's Kitty. Oh, here's Kitty. I didn't even really know who Bear Grylls was, but when they announced at our convention in June that we would have his books, everyone just went wild. I'm like, who is this guy? And so I did some research, and like, wow, he is awesome. So I'm super excited that we're going to have his books, and there's a bunch of them too, a bunch coming out. So there's some out right now, and then more will be released later this month. The Lift the Flap periodic table is coming later this month too. Kelly says she was bummed the periodic table book wasn't available yet. Me too, Kelly, me too, but it's coming. It's coming. That's the most important thing. And there, the shipping, there's lots of stuff behind the scenes that go into shipping that we don't know about. So, I have a hostess, a wonderful hostess, doing a party this Thursday for her. And she chose the awesome 80s theme. So I'm super excited about that. And as of yesterday, the periodic table book was supposed to be available today. So I made, not the mistake, but I went ahead and told her, I said, oh, it's scheduled, estimated arrival is, tomorrow or this week. Well, I just checked and it got, pushed back a couple weeks. So those dates are absolutely, scheduled to change based on all the shipping stuff that we just don't know. But we do know that it's coming. And we will have it this fall for sure. Busy Santa just came back out. If you've been waiting for Busy Santa, that is huge. It goes out of stock this time of year all the time. It already went out of stock. They just got more in, so that's a miracle. So Busy Santa is available now. Do not wait. If you've been wanting Busy Santa, don't wait, because they will go out again most likely. So lots of stuff just came out. Be sure to look on the new titles section of the website to see what's available. All About Food, that looks, not all about, 100 Things About Food. It looks just like this, but about food. That's available. I've got that coming in my next shipment, as well as some of the Bear Grylls books. Just a bunch of stuff. And let's see, what else? I could go on, y'all. We should wrap it up. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have any questions about the books, please let me know. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll keep you updated, kind of what we decide to do with CC, if we're going to have to move the live at lunchtime to maybe, live after lunch or something like that. But we are still on track for a story time, live story time this Wednesday over in my VIP group called UBB Special Peeps. If you're not a special peep yet, you totally need to be. So hop on over and I will see you there on Wednesday for a live story time. Have a great day. Thank you everyone for being here, and I'll see you soon.